Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi. And she yells, oh, girl, you gotta hear this one. A man was arrested for running the theme park. And when they said, where's your license? He said, my dog ate it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on her Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one. Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, you'll never guess what's with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one.
Today we're taking a break from the NTSB hearings and trying to decipher what people mean when they say yes, no, or when they try to answer a yes, no question with 5 minutes of utter, incomplete, and total crap. So today we're just going to be looking at headlines that have been popping up in the aviation world in the past couple months. Some for the maybe better, we'll discuss it. Some for the unfortunate, not so good. I did send Spawn a link. Whether he'll be here or not is up for debate. This will be a quicker stream today because your girl is tired. We have a lot going on in this household. And it is just been a busy week so far. And I got to cook dinner. We're adjusting to these new hours of the household. And it's an interesting time. I am thoroughly enjoying it, though. Definitely enjoy having normal people hours. This is what it's like to be human and not wake up at 3 a.m. every day and be groggy for every day of your life. So we will get into it right away. We are just going to talk about some headlines or some things that have been going on behind the scenes that you might not have heard of, but may affect you every day. All right. Heidel, thanks for being my super mod as always and putting out promos and doing everything that you do. I could not do any of this without you. Didn't Squid say she was taking today off? No, but it is going to be a quicker stream. It's not going to be a 2.5 to 3 hour stream like we have been doing the last couple of days. I need another picture though. Well, how often do I take pictures of myself? Not very often. Not very often. I gotta say, we just don't do it. We just don't do it very often. So we'll go with, let's try this one. Oh, I almost hit it. So before we get into it, Papa Squid now has a refrigerator at his house, but on the way home from his house, I had to slam on my brakes because welcome to rural America. I almost hit a turtle. There was a turtle trying to cross the road. And well, yeah. So we definitely had to we definitely had to stop for the turtle. But we'll go with oh, did I don't have the one of my bicep. I don't have it cut down, but somebody tried to post a picture of like me calling me obese and like I just you know, it was just funny to me. So we're just going to I wanted to do that one, but I'm trying to find here. Here we go. Uh you won't be able to see this whole thing, Jeffrey, but if I turn off my camera now, it says I refuse to argue with people who should have been swallowed. How's that? Is that a better one? And Carmen, spawn of AJ, it is so good to see you. I've been looking forward to this all week and making sure I'm free. Very interesting. Yeah, this is just going to be a headlines one because we need some lighter stuff. We've been covering a lot of heavy stuff lately, and Lord knows we just need to make fun of some shit that is not Kathy Nestor and Michael Novak or whatever his first name is. Ong Hero, thanks for the 10 gifted Squid Pro memberships. You are awesome. And hey, Mama Dearest. Did you see the lady in Brazil who some guys tried to fly like a paper airplane? Didn't go well for her. I can't imagine that it did. Hey, Coop, how are you? All right. So there's a couple years ago on this channel, I started covering the lawsuit where air traffic controllers had sued the Department of Transportation for basically DEI. They changed the hiring practices to, according to the complaint, they were not. They changed the hiring practices because there were too many white males that worked for the FAA as air traffic controllers. And it's funny because the friend or my former neighbor who was an air traffic controller was not a straight white male, which is just interesting. Male, yes. Straight and white, no. Neither one of those apply. So it's interesting. It was just, it's, you know, I have a condescending look in my thumbnails. Well, I have RBF and I can't change that. When you read stories that constantly make you think that the world is running on half a brain cell. However, that lawsuit went into arbitration as soon as it started in 2015. So it went through I think it started in 2014. It started before the first Trump administration. I know that, long before that. It went through the first Trump administration, through the Biden administration, and then went into arbitration and was sealed in 2025. So I stopped covering it because I can't cover things that are sealed. What am I going to tell you? Hey, this is still sealed. I have no updates for you guys. However, May 26th or 28th, there was a press release from the transportation secretary, which I thought was interesting because this is the program that they took away back in 2014 or 2015 that made people sue. There was a program back in the day that allowed, or it worked with colleges to basically have a pipeline from college to the FAA. And you went to school basically to be an air traffic controller. You went through this pipeline program. And when you graduated from college, you were most likely, not guaranteed, but most likely going to get a job as an air traffic controller. They started taking that away, and you had all these people who had paid all this money to go to school and go to college to be air traffic controllers that were no longer qualified for the program. May 28th, 2026, they seem to have started implementing that program back. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced his first Texas college program to join air traffic controller training program. I'm going to skip past the thanking President Trump because we know Trump's the president, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to. They do this shit every time. Every president, no matter what, every secretary and every administration does it. It is not limited to Trump. I'm just going to skip it because I'm more interested in the how it's going to impact the world and not who did it. Is that from the hearing we followed live? No, this is actually not. However, you will hear me say a name when I'm reading this and then try not to barf shortly after. It's because this person that Trump made his FAA administrator, I personally cannot stand this motherfucker. And when I say I personally cannot stand this motherfucker, it's because I've met him. He was my CEO when I worked for the airlines. So I personally do not like this person. It has nothing to do with his position as an FAA administrator. It has to do with his shitty personality. So we'll get into it. And when you see me try to hold down some vomit, you will know who I'm talking about. All right. The FAA has partnered with Angelo State University in Texas to implement the Enhanced Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative. Students who pass the ECTI program can apply to become a controller on the fast track, skipping the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City and jumping straight to on-site facility training, which is how they did it before. They partnered with colleges, and then they changed it. And then years down the line, we have a bunch of issues. I wonder why. This is not our only issue. Air traffic control is not our only problem. Do not come at me in the comments because I am well aware that there are multiple other issues besides the people in air traffic control. I'm thrilled to our collegiate level air traffic controller training program is expanding to one of our nation's largest states so we can reach more students, fast track careers in aviation, and deliver world-class air traffic control systems to the American people deserve. People are only part of the issue. The other half is the actual technology, but that is a rabbit hole that we will dive down another day. Yep. My mother also worked for Brian Bedford and has very strong opinions on the man's personality and the way he runs a company or doesn't run a company. Yeah. Like I said, try not to get derailed by my own personal opinions. Angelo State University is the 12th school to be certified as an ECTI program and the 9th under Duffy as part of his mission to recruit the next generation of air traffic controllers. We're laser focused on filling our FAA facilities with the best and brightest controllers, said FAA Administrator Brian Bedford. Expanding opportunities like this one in Texas helps us strengthen our workforce and continue to protect the safety of the American traveling public. Under leadership, the FAA has taken bold action to supercharge the controlling hiring pipeline because we have had a significant shortage of air traffic controllers in this country. And that's one part of the issue that is causing a lot of problems is not just air traffic controllers, but shortages in the workforce everywhere. People are retiring and people are not being hired to replace them. And the people that are being hired are not the most quality people, in my opinion, because sometimes you just need warm bodies. I'm getting to that. We're getting to that. I did get your email. I just didn't have time to respond, but we're gonna get there. All right. We create new financial incentives and retain existing controllers. And this is the thing, you pay. So Mr. Squid and I, on a sidebar, we're having a conversation about Buc-ee's of all places. But we are having a conversation about the employees of Buc-ee's and how much they get paid. And how nice the facilities are compared to how nice or how much the employees get compensated. You can't not give people cost of living adjustment raises, and you cannot give people a quality wage and expect to get quality work. You get what you pay for. If you buy cheap furniture, you're going to have to keep buying furniture. If you pay shitty employees shitty wages, you're going to have to keep getting employees and new employees because they are not going to stay. They are going to be low quality. They are not going to care about their jobs as much as people who are respected and compensated appropriately. I'm just... Devil fan, you're getting ahead of us. You're getting ahead of us. You're getting ahead of us. Good to see you, though. Good to see you. We're just getting cart before horse, one story at a time. This is how I get derailed, and people get derailed. It's like, let's stay on topic for just a second. We'll get there when we get there. And retain existing controllers. We hired 2,028 air traffic controllers in 2025 and are over 67% of the way to our fiscal year 2026 hiring goal of 2,200 new hires. While we continue to modernize the national airspace system with brand new technology that controllers need to run a world-class system. And that right there was always a big thing. The airplanes were improving their technology, but air traffic control was not improving theirs. So there was some mismatches in what the planes were capable of doing. Planes are capable of getting text messages. Not all air traffic control facilities are capable of sending text messages. That would clear up radio traffic if you can just send the pilots a text to let them know something instead of trying to clog up the radio when you have 8 to 10 different aircraft all trying to communicate with air traffic control and emergency services and their own towers, and it creates clutter. But if you can text an aircraft something, there you cleared some radio space for somebody who may actually have an emergency. Just something simple, but our planes can do it, but a lot of our air traffic controllers cannot. Seems like a mismatch. Mo Raid, hey Mo Raiders, good to see you guys. We are talking some aviation headlines and just things that may not have been in the headlines that I think are important to talk about. We're taking a break from the NTSB hearing that was getting a little too beat your head up against a wall and listen to people give non-answers for 9 hours. All right. I'm proud to call San Angelo home. Thrilled that Angelo State University is the first school in Texas selected for the FAA's Enhanced Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative. This program will help address our nation's air traffic controller shortage while creating a direct pathway for students in West Texas to pursue careers in aviation and public service. I appreciate Secretary Duffy. This is just more political BS. And the FAA for recognizing the strength of Angelo State University and investing in the next generation of air traffic controllers, said Congressman August Pfluger. And basically, this just seems like they're bringing back a program that the FAA took away in 2014, 2015 timeframe. I mean, like, not to say that it's not a good thing for the Trump administration to do. I think it's great. However, it's not like it's a new world class, like, you know, they've done this shit before. It's just a certain administration that will remain nameless took it away. So. I was watching a video yesterday with the 911 air traffic control and Air Force's audio. Yeah, I do like listening to the audio sometimes. I really do. Just keep our sky safe. We must ensure air traffic controllers have the proper training and tools. Given more than 45,000 flights under ATC supervision each day, I commend the FAA for growing the enhanced air traffic control. Just a comment from Ted Cruz. Like, we don't need to, you know. ECTI students who pass final performance and written assessments receive an official FAA endorsement certificate. These graduates can then apply to become a controller and be placed directly in an FAA facility to begin training. Provided they still have to pass all the skills assessments and meet the medical and security requirements. This is different than the standard ATCTI, where graduates still go to the FAA Academy but bypass the introductory air traffic basic courses, having already completed their standard ATCTI school. This agreement with Angelo State for its control tower program, allowing successful students the opportunity to be placed in an FAA air traffic control tower. I mean, this is a good program. It seems like it's just a version of what we already had. I'm sure there's differences than the past. However, thank God they're bringing it back. Or they brought something back. Because that is what started the lawsuit between a bunch of people, a bunch of air traffic controller candidates, and the Department of Transportation. It went into arbitration in 2025 and was no longer posting documents, but I did go through a few of the documents that were there back in 2024. It was one of the things I covered when I first started this channel. You know, he calls me Stacy, so it's a thing. All right. The next one, we do have the B-52 crash. This I have not been able to find. And of course, I had the article open, and now Reuters is like, you gotta pay. No. So I'm gonna find a different article real quick. You can only read it so many times for free before they make you pay, and I think I hit my limit today, because it wasn't like that earlier. Oh. All right. We are going to go. Come on. Come on. Do you ever like when you let stuff happens and you're like, it doesn't really, you're waiting for technology to work and it just doesn't? Yeah, I heard about this story a couple days ago. It's kind of one of those things that I'm no longer in the position, or not in the position right now, to respond immediately to certain things, because of the fact that I just have so much going on. So we are going to the U.S. Air Force on Wednesday identified the 8 people tragically killed in a B-52 Stratofortress crash at Edwards Air Force Base in California. A B-52 crashed and burst into flames shortly after takeoff on Monday morning at the air base in California. Initial indications were that the incident was not survivable. On board were military personnel, government civilians, and government contractors. Basically, what happens is when you have a system that you are testing, sometimes the system is beyond the basic level of repairability for the military. So, like, my plane was built by Northrop Grumman. So when we had a system, especially avionics, we always had contractors come in. So if I wanted to get out of the military and go work for Northrop Grumman as a contractor for E2s, I could have made some decent fucking money. These guys are smart. They are straight to the point. They know what the hell they're doing. And when we can't solve a problem, we call them. I have a feeling that that's what the problem was here. They were testing something that the Air Force didn't have the capabilities, or it was like, hey, we've exhausted all of our troubleshooting resources. Something is going on with this aircraft that we cannot figure out. Can you help us? And when you have something like that, you have to test it. And sometimes they do a test flight. Well, not sometimes, most of the time, they do a test flight. And I have a feeling, I am not sure. I do not have privy information, but based on being an AT and going through things like this, we did not need test flights for a lot of our stuff. They could be tested on the ground, but AEs, mechs, airframes, that stuff needed either turns. You needed to turn on the engines and see. Sometimes they were low power, sometimes they were high power, where they went to the other side of the base and turned up all the way to high power and, figured shit out. Or they needed flights. And I think that's kind of what happened here based on who was on the aircraft. On board were military personnel, government civilians, and government contractors. Officials confirmed their death late Monday evening, but held off on releasing the names until 24 hours after their families were notified. And I really hope their families are getting all of the support that they need. I cannot imagine what they are going through. I did not. I did not. No. Sometimes they will carry like training bombs, not live weapons. So they have the size and the weight of a real weapon to get the feel for what it's like to fly with real weapons, but they are not actually armed with anything. Unless they are doing a training mission where they're going to a bombing range, and then yes, of course, they will have, But that's not my area of expertise. Mr. Squid was the one in our house who loaded boom booms onto airplanes. I just fixed shit. I was more the radar person. Radar, radios, ACLS, ILS, all the secret squirrel shit. That's why I like when someone says they're going to background check me. I'm like, go for it. Like, my latest background check was completed last Tuesday. Go for it. It's just hilarious when people say they're going to background check me. It's like, you find something that the government hasn't, because between Mr. Squid's job and working for the government, I got background checked all the time. My body. That sounds like a personal problem. Zero coffee is done. Mess around. I mean, leave it to listen, but won't chat. You'll have yourself an awesome day. I could not function without caffeine on a daily basis. Although I'm finding, since we changed schedules, it's more of a taste thing now, and not really I need it for survival. Where when you're getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day, you need it for survival. And hey, Stacy Nat. So they simulate the weight of fully loaded training exercises. I'm not sure what the Air Force does. The Air Force and the Navy do things differently. But there are protocols. It also depends on what you're doing, what they're testing, what they're looking for, who they're working with. It really depends. And I really hate answering that it depends, but there are so many variables that go into this. However, there is one thing that is always true with aviation, whether it be civilian aviation or military aviation. When you are taking off, you are the heaviest that you will ever be and you have the most fuel. So you are the most flammable that you will ever be. So that is what makes takeoff and crashes at takeoff more deadly when it comes to when you see a flame, because they're packed with fuel. Obviously, think about flying from New York to LA. It's what, a 4.5 hour flight. It's going to have a lot more fuel when it leaves New York than when it gets to LA. It's heavy and it's full of fuel. So if it crashes when it's got that much fuel in it, it's one of the reasons that MD-11 crash was such a big fire. Is it was headed towards Hawaii. It was going from Kentucky to Hawaii. Do you imagine how much fuel that thing was loaded down with? A lot of pounds of fuel. A lot. And I might have to run really quick. I hear my child filling up the sink and playing with bubbles in the sink. If I hear splashing where she starts knocking water onto the floor or my mirror, I'm going to have to go really quick. Like, oh yes, and we are back at $3.99 for ETM. So if y'all could go over there and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Boeing, the defense and aerospace company that designed and built the B-52s, announced that 2 of their employees were among the 8 who perished in the routine test mission, which was conducted in support of the radar modernization program. It is with profound sorrow and a heavy heart that I can now share the names of 8 extraordinary Americans we lost during Monday's B-52 crash. Colonel Thomas Tower of the 412th Test Wing Commander said in a Wednesday press release. They were dedicated professionals, beloved family members, and irreplaceable teammates. Colonel Gregory Watson, 53, was a Boeing weapons systems officer from Shreveport, Louisiana, who was an Air Force reservist assigned to the 10th Air Force in Fort Worth, Texas. Lieutenant Colonel Gabriel Estrella, 40, was a weapons system officer at Edwards Air Force Base Operational Test and Evaluation Center, Detachment 5. Major Alexander Davis, 34, was a weapons system officer assigned to the 419th Flight Test Squadron at Edwards and was from Lancaster, California. And may all these people rest in peace. Major Robert D. 40 was a pilot in the 419th Flight Test Squadron. And Major Brad Hovey, 35, was a pilot in the 419th Flight Test Squadron at Edwards. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Miles Middleton, 50, was a Boeing pilot from California. Sorry. Jeremy Smith, 32, was a flight test engineer in the 419th Flight Test Squadron and was from Rosamond, California. Christopher Reicher, 41, flight test engineer from JT4 Contractor from Lancaster, California. These airmen were more than coworkers. They were friends, mentors, teammates, valued members of the Edwards Air Force family, Tower said in the release. Some family members of the fallen published fundraisers through GoFundMe for money to cover expenses. Lauren Smith, the widow of flight test engineer Jeremy Smith, has 2 GoFundMes that garnered a combined total of $67,000 as of Wednesday. The sudden loss has left Lauren facing unimaginable grief, uncertainty as she tries to navigate life for herself and her children. One of the post captions read, "The family had just purchased their home together, and now Lauren is left to manage everything on her own while caring for 2 young boys." Pam Middleton, the widow of Boeing pilot Miles Middleton, also had a GoFundMe that has amassed over $110,000 as of Wednesday. An interim safety investigative board is currently investigating the crash. The Air Force release said the Edwards Airfield will remain closed until further notice. At Monday's news conference, Edwards Deputy Commander Lieutenant James Hayes said that safety investigation board will determine the cause, which can take around 30 days. Then an accident investigation board will take up to 6 months to determine what information can be released to the public and next of kin. According to AirNav Systems, a website that tracks flights, the B-52 was in the air for only a short period of time and took a sharp right turn before crashing. It will be interesting. No. The only reason that the FAA was involved in the helicopter crash in DC was because it involved civilians. If this would have happened where it crashed into a civilian highway or something like that, possibly the NTSB might be involved. Or however, generally speaking, because this was a military aircraft with military personnel and military contractors, and it was on a military base, it will be handled in-house. The military likes to handle their own stuff. So I've seen a lot of people criticize why we're still flying this old of aircraft. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because it's expensive as shit. These planes, people think these planes are like, cheap. These planes are, my plane was $88 million in 2006. If you were to order a brand new one, we had 4 of them. So just think about, it's kind of scary to know that teenagers are in charge of billions of dollars worth of equipment. It's I thought because civilians on board, NTSB would be involved. I do not think so. They might be assisting because they may have some resources that the Air Force doesn't. However, Air Force personnel, Air Force plane, Air Force base, 99% of the time, it's going to be an in-house investigation, and they might just have people from the NTSB as a, hey, in case we need you, or hey, you have more resources to test things than we do, or hey, our area might be backlogged with stuff. Can we send stuff to DC? So it's planes are crazy expensive. And if they work and if they can be updated with new software or just new parts, but keep the airframe the same, they're going to. So, but it sounds like the military is going to keep it in-house, which is generally the way it's going to go. So there's story number 2. I have a whole bunch of stories. I had to narrow it down, and the one thing that I narrowed it down and then I lost it. There was a story that I saw about a cell phone fire, and it's probably on my laptop. Yeah, because this is the problem with going between my laptop, is I generally try to put a document, either a notes document or a Word document, so that I keep all these stories straight. However, there is an interesting thing that happened on a 787 recently that is slightly scary. Malin, I think a B-52 Stratofortress was so I know this is Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt, but I did not look up many facts on the B-52 because it, designed by Boeing. It since 1955 and was flown by NASA from 1959 to 2007. The bomber can carry up to 70,000 pounds of weapons and typically has a combat range of 8,800 miles without aerial refueling. It is big, it is long range, it is powerful. So it has gone through conventional munitions in the Vietnam War, Gulf War, NATO bombing of Yugoslavia, Iraq War, war against the Islamic State, war in Afghanistan, and the 2026 Iranian conflict. So, its first flight was in 1952. It's an oldie, but it's one of those things of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It B-52 saying rock lobster. Yeah. The only problem is after this investigation, it will bring about change, not replacing. I don't think these things need to be replaced. They do need upgrading. However, I don't think that they need to be replaced because how many missions have these flown without a crash? And sometimes stuff happens, especially when they were obviously working on a problem. You don't do a test flight with contractors unless there's an actual problem that needs to be worked out. So there was either a problem with the flight control surfaces or there was a problem with the engines. Those would be I am not an expert by any means. However, having a background in military aviation, I was avionics, but just having a background and knowing when contractors would come and help us and what they would come and help us with, it was probably an issue that the maintainers could not figure out on their own, despite multiple days of trying. You don't call contractors out because those contractors need to be paid. So every minute they are working on your aircraft, they are being paid. And that we had to fly contractors out to the Gulf. Think about the per diem that they were making for every day they were on that boat with us. That is not something that we want to do unless it is absolutely freaking necessary. So there was a serious problem with this particular aircraft. Something broke that they could not figure out how to fix. So and it may not even be something that needs to be upgraded. Sometimes planes break. Sometimes parts break. Your brakes go out. That doesn't necessarily mean that brakes across the country need to be recalled or upgraded. Sometimes shit just breaks. So just saying. Just think about it. I know we talk about aviation and people always think something needs to be upgraded or replaced. But remember, just like your car, just like your house, sometimes despite the best maintenance and the best of intentions and the best try, shit breaks. It's a jet. No, it's a jet. So, yes, sometimes things will happen despite, and because there were civilians on board and contractors on board, there was an issue with this particular plane. Not the airframe as a whole, but this particular plane. We've had issues where I had a part, not me specifically, but like my shop in general, where I had a part that it was supposed to work. All of the numbers, you hooked up equipment, all the numbers were reading right. Like you took off connectors, you measured things, everything was supposed to be working. and it didn't work. Sent it to AIMB, got it back, still didn't work. It worked on their end, it didn't work in ours. We could not fix it for days. We had to call contractors to come help us. We still could not figure this out with contractors for 4 or 5 days. And it was one pushed pin on one connector on a box that was like 10 feet away from where the problem was. Just hold on mama duties. I will be back. Hey. No. Not no. 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 Just like this, just like French says, like mass flow sensors on a car, sometimes it works properly or not, depending on the heat. If you've owned an electric car and you live above the Mason-Dixon line, how has your charge been on your car in winter? This particular plane has a range of 8,800 miles. Try 8,800 miles on batteries. No. Also, batteries are actually worse for the environment than fuel. I'm just putting it out there because disposing of batteries is a huge issue. And that is the that is what we are going to get to, if I can find the article that I believe it was, yes, Boeing 787 battery fire. Let's see. I have to look at my So this is from People, so take it with a grain of salt. But from what I can find right now, they have the best. They actually have the most information, which is actually rare for People, but we'll go with it. So usually we like to do more than one thing. However, cell phone bursts into flames on passenger jet heading to Las Vegas, scorched the inside of the cabin. Yeah. Having something strong enough would be crazy heavy too. Yeah. So we're trying to keep the panic to a cabin at a minimum, a British Airways pilot told air traffic control Monday, June 15th. Pilots operating a commercial flight requested an emergency assistance upon landing in Vegas after a cell phone fire was reported in the cabin. We're currently on an emergency arrival into Las Vegas. A pilot on board British Airways 271 from London said an ATC recording from Monday, June 15th, obtained by the ATC app. We had a fire in the cabin. A crew member added it was a mobile phone that has scorched the inside of the cabin. This is why batteries sometimes can be a really, really bad thing. The pilot subsequently informed air traffic control at Harry Reid International Airport that they'd be landing in 5 minutes and requested, quote, maximum assistance to deplane. Once we get to the stand, if you could have, please, all personnel that you have available to help us deplane the aircraft in an orderly manner. We're trying to keep panic to a minimum in the cabin. Obviously, the pilot said in the recording, we'll just get people off, keep them moving. In a statement shared with people from the FAA, the agency confirmed British Airways Flight 271 landed safely in Vegas around 2:30 local time on Monday. A spokesperson confirmed the FAA will investigate. A representative for the airport tells people the fire was extinguished and the aircraft landed as scheduled and no injuries were reported. So British Airways spokesperson said in a statement, the safety of our customers and crew is the highest priority. Of course, they said that because that's what they did. The flight landed safely and customers disembarked normally. According to Flight Radar 24, the flight landed after about 9.5 hours in the air. The flight tracker reports the aircraft, a Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, departed on a return flight to London less than 3 hours later. Thank goodness that this was not the actual plane, but this just goes to show you how much that you carry around a deadly weapon in your pocket all the time. This deadly weapon. If that battery goes into thermal runaway, I don't know if you've ever Googled iPhone thermal runaway videos. It's horrific. People have been severely burned by their cell phone. Especially if you're the type of person who constantly drops your cell phone. That's a lithium-ion battery. That battery is dangerous. Electronics like cell phones, laptops, vapes, and other devices with rechargeable batteries can carry a fire risk due to lithium batteries, the same batteries that are in your car. According to the FAA, these devices can overheat and undergo a process called thermal runaway. It can occur without warning due to a variety of factors, including damage, overheating, exposure to water, overcharging, or improper packaging. I have never had a lithium-ion battery go into thermal runaway. However, being an AT, dealt with a lot of batteries. Everything from like AA's to 9 volts to bigger batteries. I was a little tiny airman back in like 2005. And I had one of the guys, I asked him if he could dispose of a battery and he was hazing me and he flipped it off because you have to dispose of 9 volts differently than, he flipped it off the phone and landed on the floor in front of me. So I picked it up and I put it in my pocket, not thinking anything of it. All of a sudden, little squid's leg is on fire. Not literally on fire, but like my battery acid is basically coming through the pocket of my pants and onto my skin. I've scaredest I've ever been in my life. Battery acid and skin is not a fun experience, to say the least. I still can tell you exactly what that felt like, and it did not feel pleasant at all. So I can't imagine a cell phone and a lithium-ion battery going into the thermal runaway. However, I have had a 9-volt battery go into thermal runaway in my pocket and start leaking battery acid. It was a really, I'm surprised this thing didn't explode because it was about 1.5 times the size that it should have been. It's one of those moments in your life that even though it was 21 years ago, I will never forget. So you burned your buns. My right leg has a small scar on it. That is the burn from a 9-volt battery. Yeah, and you can get burned by a battery. I have been burned by a battery. Yeah, I have been burned by a battery. I have a scar on my leg from a freaking battery. So when I saw this story, I'm like, oh, I have personal experience with thermal runaway. This is something we're talking about. 2025, the FAA reported 82 lithium-ion battery incidents. Most came from external battery packs and e-cigarette/vape devices. It's one of the reasons that they have a really hard time with you bringing vapes. It's not that you're using the vape. It's the batteries in the vape that is the biggest issue. There have been 40 incidents in 2026 as of June 15th. Current airline regulations require a passenger to store their rechargeable electronic devices in their carry-on baggage, not in checked luggage. The requirement keeps these devices in the cabin, so if a fire starts, crews can respond quickly. Yeah, it's a thing. I've had a battery spontaneously ignite before I chucked it in the garden and covered it with soil. Baking soda is the best like household option that I can think of. Hi, beautiful. Your hair's in a knot. Oh my goodness. So. Yeah. Okay. Yep, battery acid is highly dangerous. It contains strong corrosive chemicals like sulfuric acid and potassium oxide that do not mesh well with skin. Thank God it was only in my pocket for like 10 seconds tops. Probably shorter than that, but you know, when something's happening, like every second feels like a day. It's yeah. Maybe Squid will show the batteries, or wait, show the video someday. Video of what? All right. Oh boy. Ma'am, are you looking at yourself in the camera? Oh. Squid's doing the battery acid dance. Yeah, well, at that time, I was like 19 years old. I had absolutely no freaking idea what the hell was happening to me. Like, I didn't. So, this. I have not been able to. I really hate freaking. No. I hate ads on and clickbaity articles. So this is Angel. You're gonna have to get down, baby.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You put a B-52 takeoff video in Discord. Let me check that out really quick. No.
Please.
No, boo.
Please. Take it out. Mommy, take it out.
Where'd the candy go? There is no candy in there.
Take it out. Poop.
You crazy girl. All right. Let's see what this. She's currently yelling at y'all. And she's thinking she's adorable, but. Oh yeah, I had seen that. The Canadian or the there was a Air Canada pilot, captain, who he there's a certain credential that captains have to have. First officers don't, but captains have to have. And I can't remember specifically what it is at this particular time. Captain Steve has a really good video on it that goes into detail because obviously Captain Steve, captain, knows what he's talking about. However, he did not have this credential, but I made it to captain for 12 years. All right, and finally making it to the stage, Spawn's Rupert. Maybe. He's in his pajamas, apparently.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Go turn off your pad.
Hi, sweetie. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Hi. All right.
Hey, can you hear me? Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
Testicles, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Hello, sweetie. Are you being a good girl? Hiya.
Turns on the minute.
What?
Time mom to come up with a no when she knows you mean it. I do. However, she listens to everybody else more than me because she's with me all the time. So she's like, yeah, whatever, lady. Secondly, do you know how many people, if I actually mothered like I want to mother, where I tell her no and I yell at her because she was acting foolish, how many people would be calling CPS on my ass? Like,
true.
There's just...
and one thing I can tell, first of all, hello everybody, bonjour, madams, monsieur, guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren, salam alaikum, habibi, habibtis, and konnichiwa, and all that good shit stuff. Yeah, I can tell you right now, as a parent myself, and obviously with my beloved queen behind me, right, we both agree that Squid is probably one of the best mothers I have ever come across. Right, she's in competition with someone in my family of being the best mother. Okay, because the thing is, we have to remember between the age of 0 and the age of 10, right? It's all about running around without a grenade without a pin in it. So you need to keep hold of it all the time. After 10 years of age, that's where it all begins. What do you think of my new sort of like chill out spot I found?
I like
in my basement. Check it out. Go on.
I like the teddy bear slippers.
Get rid of my name for a second, and then put me on big screen and just show my basement. I have actually sort of broadened the basement. I do apologize. That's where all the noise was coming from. Just saying. So yeah, as you know, it's all dark. So what I've done, I've yeah. So if you're wondering what the noise was last night, Squid.
I thought it was the threat that was put on somebody's live chat about 11:40 p.m. So
wait, what?
You know, I'll text it to you. You didn't see what was put in the screenshot that went around of someone's chat that they decided to put in a certain person's live chat that said at 11:40 p.m. Something will come down for the Hales ecosystem.
Oh, really? What? The facts and the truth?
It sounded more like a physical threat.
Oh, really?
So.
Oh. But anyway, guys, it's chill out day today, so you know.
Oh, so here's so we're gonna play this, but I'm also gonna show what I want to purchase for my side chick while we're watching
nuclear weapons. He is going to purchase nuclear weapons.
No, but we're gonna watch a B-52 take off.
Oh no, not really.
Not the one that crashed.
No, it's look, you're Navy, I'm Army. Why are we watching Air Force shit?
Because it's cool. Because I like aviation.
If it was an A-10,
well, yeah, that's cool as hell too. But I mean, look at the size of this thing. Like, I
Yeah,
love
well,
aviation. I'm sorry that it belongs to the Air Force, but like the Navy has more planes than the Air Force, so like there's that, you know.
yeah. I bet you every single veteran who's watching this right now is like, oh.
I'm like,
Yes, so am I. I'm liking. Darling. I'm sorry. I'm about to say this, sweetheart. I do apologize, but I have to say it. I can't do anything about it. Look at the curves on that.
I mean,
Don't you move. Stay there. Don't. No. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm talking about the plane.
and this is courtesy of Motorizado. What?
Oh, look at that old school startup. Look at that old school startup, man.
Is that cool?
Squid, can you imagine standing there and smelling that? Oh,
It brings back memories.
kerosene and.
I mean, my plane wasn't this cool. Not gonna lie.
Oh, I would be.
No, the
sniffing
curves on the jet. Damn it!
Don't you get me in trouble with my queen, King.
Don't you know I'm an obese, uneducated, psychopathic stalker?
And you are a criminal because you talk about law.
So I guess I can't talk about aviation either because I'm not a pilot. I mean, if we're using the logic.
Well, hang on a minute. I play flight sim. Does that count me as a traitor from the army over to the Air Force? No, sweetheart. No, don't you hurt mommy. I'm watching you. No. Be nice to mommy. Be nice to mommy. Give mommy a hug. Go on, give mommy.
Yeah. I love you. I love you. And you're like, yeah, whatever.
You know what? Shall we write a script?
Huh?
I've got an idea. Why don't you, me, and a couple of other people get together privately and we write our own script, and then we do
I forgot. I'm a lesbian too.
Well, I'm a lesbian it's trapped in a man's body, but anyway, no. But shall we write a script and then do like a theater show? Should we do that?
Yeah, I saw Gail. I'll have to send you the video, but I saw something that I sent to my friends the other day, my like 3D friends, that said somebody called me a psychopath. At least I'm on a path. Get right with your life or something like that. I was like, oh, this fits.
No, double fan. It's not out the closet, mate. It's out the basement. Okay, let's get this right.
Oh my goodness. Hey Kim, thank you. And remind me to we'll play this for a second, and Angel, look at this.
Yes, Squid, you want me to remind you about something?
No, I'm gonna put something in private chat for you.
Oh, look at it burn some fuel up there. Do you know those engines are over 50 years old? Do you know that?
Oh yeah, the plane first. We
56.
looked at, yeah.
56, 57, I think the first B-52 came out.
Yeah, the first flight was in 52. But that was, I'm assuming, a test flight.
Yeah, hence the name B-52. Born in 1952. Or Bomber 52. Yeah.
We'll skip ahead to the cool part though.
But I mean, look at that. Look at the technology that's stuck in the front of that nose.
Yep.
And the air intake as well. Oof. And those planes can take some damage. Those can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can take some damage.
There's a reason that they've been around so long. It's like if it ain't broke, and they're doing their job. But look at it. Look how low the wings are. Like look at that.
Well,
you need extra, basically, wheels to keep the wings off the ground.
Well, yeah, because they use the thing is they use the size of the wings, the amount of fuel, right? Because obviously the fuel goes in the wings, in the belly, and so that basically is a flying fuel tank with a hole in it with bombs in it.
It's Yeah.
But you know what I like the most about this plane? If you look at the wing,
Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt, but this has to be. He really went there. I thought the B-52s came out in the early 90s. Love Shack, baby. King Bob went there, and I just had to point it out because
Your Royal Highness, are you sure that you are actually awake and this is not a wet dream you're trying to have? Love Shack, baby. Read my Substack. What was I going to say? Yeah, you know, one thing I like the fact is that
please don't do that.
the B2 has droppable wing wheels, and this one
I
has
know I'm Navy, but I'm a really big fan of the B2. Like I'm
B2.
a really big fan of the B2.
B2s are
Our flying black Dorito.
that thing. I mean, like if you ever want to touch the edge of space or the edge of space, then get in a B2. Not that I would love to do it,
I'm
but
also a fan of the B-117. I'm just a fan of bumpers in general.
right.
I'm just a fan of I am just a fan of bombers in general. I remember when I was little, I remember this is our flying black Dorito.
Meow. Meow.
It's
Oh yeah. You remember? I don't know if you can remember the one that got shot down over Bosnia.
I was too young for that.
Yeah, one was shot down over Bosnia, and they actually made a film. They actually afterwards they made a film of it, and then someone else made a film of it. And I mean, yeah. So Hollywood, if you're listening, try to make a film about that one that got shot down in Bosnia, and actually do a better job than you did last time. Because they had the Serbs after him, they had the Bosnians after him, they freaking had basically every Tom, Dick, and Harry after him.
I don't know which one I like better, the B2 or the B-117.
I like this. Sorry, go on.
No, I kind of like the B2, but
yeah.
I don't know. The B-117 just has a look to it that is like.
Okay, well, here's a conspiracy, right? That people can go and do some research on. The B2, okay, which is a beast, right? The B2 frame or fuselage was copied from the German version of the long distance bomber. Now the other one, the F-117, right? People have been going around for years when that first came out and it was first seen. They were going around saying that is technology or copycat technology from UFOs or other extraterrestrial aircraft that they copied that from. So at the end of the day, if it can fly and it can drop love letters on the enemy, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, and Snipe, I accidentally clicked the channel that you sent me and not the video itself, and then just clicked on the first B-52 video that I could find in that channel, and it was the wrong one. But this is the video he actually sent me. And this is from the same channel. They have 1 million subscribers, but if you like aviation and you haven't subscribed to them, please go over and do it. Because they deserve all the credit for this because
Air Force Prawn. That's what I call it. Oh God! Look at it. It takes up the whole freaking runway.
Yep.
Can you imagine standing on the side of the runway trying to fix something next to you, you get fucking headbutted by like a freaking wing?
And that's the thing; they just keep coming. There's more.
Yeah. Anyway, anywho, did you hear about? I know that like today. Oh, really? I just seen the private message. Anyway,
Thank you,
anywho,
Radis, for that one.
huh?
Thank you, Radis, for that one.
Oh yeah, Raz. Where is Raz anyway? Usually
I
when
don't
there's
know. You say his name 3 times like Beetlejuice, and he just magically
okay,
appears.
let's try it. Raz. JK.
So I also have to talk to like JK or Radis or someone or like Dragon's Gravy or someone who's smarter than me because I have a couple songs, but I don't know how to make AI videos, and I want to make a new intro video. Look at they just keep coming. Like they just
Can I just say, can you reword that slightly?
sorry. Just one right after the other, right after the other.
Oh, I mean, look at that power, man. Look at that power.
But look at the car and look at the size of the plane. Like,
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like the most? Is you know exactly when they get lift. Because if you watch the edges of the wings, they just start bending. Just watch.
it is cool as hell.
You watch the wings just bend upwards. Get ready. There he goes. There it starts bending now. You want to bend those wings, baby. Bend
It's
those
like
wings.
those wings are some heavy beasts.
And here we go. And up you go. Bend them. Go on. Look at them wings bend up.
Yeah.
There we go. Look. And up.
Just like that, you can see the lift.
But did you see the left? Did you see the port wing go up and down, and it lifted?
Yeah, you can literally see the lift.
Yeah.
Like on a 737, for example, the wings are like so fixed that you can actually see, like have a visual representation of what the power of air can do.
On a 777, though,
is heavy as hell.
Yeah,
and
but on
you
a
could see the lift.
On a 777, because their wing tips fin out slightly, and they got the stabilizer on the end of the wing. If you look at the stabilizer, because someone actually sent me a video, and you could actually see that fucking wing bend upwards while it was taking off. As soon as it got lift, it was like absolutely awesome that that technology these days.
Yeah, up down after you say phrasings.
Well, Heidel, I've got a song that you may like. My one skin lies over my two skin.
No, stop! I'm muting you because we're just not talking about that because no.
It's okay.
However,
maybe jump though, didn't it? I've never seen you move so fast.
This next situation that we want to discuss is flight attendants will have a new set of guidelines to follow on June 17th. Yes, this is from the U.S. Sun, so take this with a grain of salt, but not every trashy tabloid is 100% bullshit. There are some, every once in a while, you get something in there that is useful every once in a while. However,
like
the website
the US
comes
version
with
of the Sun. Oh my god.
Yeah. New air travel disability training, and this caught my eye because of the fact that by background, my education is in occupational therapy. And yes, for those of you who believe when someone says I am uneducated, I have a college degree. It's only an associate's because with OT, you either got an associate's or a master's / doctorate, whichever one you chose at the time. I didn't want to be stuck with a bachelor's and no job. So I started with the lowest level. However, this caught my eye. Despite legal protections created under the Air Carrier Access Act nearly 40 years ago, many disabled passengers still face problems when traveling by plane. For too long, passengers with complex mobility disabilities have been forced to accept that flying means risking their safety and independence, said Robert Thomas, a veteran and the president of Paralyzed Veterans of America. PVA has spent years advocating for a higher standard of care applied to passengers with disabilities. Okay. You don't need to tell me every time that you do something. The organization said airline staff lacks training to safely assist passengers with mobility needs and handle adaptive equipment. I agree. I will finish reading this. However, one of the things that I saw when I was working for the airline was airline staff not know how to transfer patients or people, not patients at the time, from the transport wheelchairs to the actual chair. Sometimes people needed a little more assist, and watching airline staff try to help was like watching someone try to practice law or maintain decorum in a courtroom. Was not possible, and it was ugly as hell to watch. It was one of those things that like you couldn't look away because it was like watching a car wreck. It was really bad. So with that, I am kind of glad for this. I have to look more into this, and will be stop, please. We'll be going more into this when I can find more information on it. However, this is just a little overview.
Have you heard about the Texas incident today?
Yeah, kind of.
I sent you the link.
Hey, Bad Dazzler, how are you? Good to see you. There's a lot, and I think I actually might do kind of this aviation headlines because there's a lot of things that happen that nobody knows about, like the airline or the air traffic control training program. They partnered with new colleges. That just came out a couple days ago. You didn't hear anybody in the mainstream media talking about that, but yet you do a search for aviation in the news or headlines, and you get that from the government. They release stuff that just doesn't get shown by the media because it doesn't get clicks.
Can I just point something out that I've noticed?
What?
Over this period of beautiful interaction that we've had in regards of the NTSB and air incidents and accidents and mishaps and close calls and God knows what else. Do you know what I find quite strange is that like we watch these NTSB and FAA hearings and stuff like that, and we've watched quite a few of them. However, there are still ongoing and also escalating of accidents that are occurring. I have because we were talking about it last time, a friend of mine who watches my stream and your stream, but he likes to stay anonymous, sent me a couple of links. There was a young lady, she was paragliding somewhere in the States, minding her own freaking business, and she had her back towards this Cessna 172 Cessna, and basically that Cessna richly flew through her parachute, cut all the cables. Luckily, she was quick enough to get an emergency shootout. See you later, Delphine. Emergency shootout, right? Then there was another video where some guy was coming into land, I presume, or ATC already knew. And when he came down, he was on finals. When he came down, suddenly this other plane appeared within 15 foot of him. So obviously he had the full power and then up. The other one, right, was a plane flying one direction, and they got this other Cessna got so close you could actually hear the engine richly. And I stopped that video, and you could actually see there were two people in the plane that missed them. There was two people in the front, obviously the pilot and the co-pilot in the Cessna, and the left-hand seat were looked up at them. So with all this going on and us covering all this stuff, when will the ATC, when will the FAA, when will the NTSB come to the fantastic conclusions that something needs to be done before even more lives are lost? And today's incident in Texas where a aircraft had a mechanical emergency and ended up crashing on a highway and bystanders who were in their vehicles went to get the people out of the plane. Not sure if anyone is unfortunately lost their life, but there you go.
All right. Well, we're gonna get back to this article.
Yep.
Angel, you heard it here first, folks. I don't know what it is that you heard, but you heard it here.
No. I talked.
So
I talked.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, little squid. Go ahead. Is this a public announcement, baby squid?
there's always been dumb private pilots. They just get recorded now.
Go, 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 go.
Can I talk, please?
No. I talked.
All right. Roy's got a All right. I'm gonna have to put you down.
No.
No. When, oh my goodness. She just told us how to achieve world peace. I'm sure she did. Oh my goodness. When airlines fail to properly assist passengers or mishandle their equipment, it is a failure to uphold their fundamental civil rights. I don't disagree. I mean, civil rights to me is a little pushing it. However, like, it's a respect thing at the end of the day. Like, if someone needs help, you work for the airline, your butt should be trained on how to help people.
Mhm.
The current system leaves too many violations unaddressed and gives airlines little motivation to proactively prioritize accessibility. Thomas added that disabled veterans, as well as the 60 million Americans living with disabilities, deserve better. My disabilities are not physical-ish. I do have like weakness and neuropathy and all that, but I am a disabled veteran, so that means a lot.
Question of
So
interest.
I love the people picking on me or trying to bully me or like, you're bullying a disabled veteran.
Can I ask you a question? Considering that you had cranial operation or ingress, are you allowed to fly? Because obviously the pressure in the plane and the pressure could.
Yeah.
Are you actually allowed
Yeah,
to
I just have an interesting time going through TSA.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding.
I don't exactly set off the thing, but they can see it, and they always end up having to do like. I've had way too many like scalp massages from TSA in the past 6 years.
With those rubber latex gloves. Sent you a private message. Nothing serious, just thought I'd send it.
Go see.
Okay.
He's not gonna be home for another while, but oh,
Absolutely.
it's the baby squid show. Yes, I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't destroy yet another plane.
Do you know what we should? You know what you know what you guys should do, right? Is try to get baby squid like a catalog of planes. So when she destroys one, also get super glue and gorilla glue. So when she destroys one, mummy or daddy can stick it back together again. So that you got a continuous loop. Why not? Roger that. Roger that. Yeah.
And I will be looking more into this. When she starts school and I have a few hours like of time when I'm like in the house alone and folding laundry takes me 10 minutes instead of 45 because every time, I fold it, she unfolds it type of situation. Every time we get to that, when I have more time, I will be wanting to record short videos on things that I find interesting, such as this, that relate to both my where I like when my worlds combined, my OT side and my love of aviation combined into one. accessibility on planes.
Mm.
I love it. Mobility issues, and people who have mobility issues shouldn't be limited to flying. No, we don't need our pilots or our flight attendants and our gate agents to be therapists, but we need them to have a basic understanding of how to do simple transfers, a
Called
pivot
education, isn't
transfer
it?
to help people stand up and turn and safely get in their seat, especially if that person is on your flight and you have an emergency and need to deplane. How do you get that person off the plane? These are fascinating things to me that I think need to be
Can I?
not maybe made into law, but airlines need to be incentivized in order to do this training. And if it has to be made a law in order to make you do it, then so be it.
Right. Cook, there's 2 points I'd like to make to that. I'm not going to play devil's advocate because apparently I got a restraining order from Satan, so I can't talk about it because it'd be third party. Anyway, right. Well, apparently I'm supposed to go to hell, just for the record. Anyway.
I'm already there.
Well, I mean, this is why I'm getting a restraining order from Satan because anyway, we're digressing. Let's get back on point. Right. No. Right. From what I understand, air companies or staff are trained on, like, if anyone comes on with a disability or a service dog or wheelchair bound or stuff like that, they're supposed to put them next close to exits. And apparently there's also, from what I've heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but what I have heard is that then someone is then delegated to be with that person when there is an incident, an emergency. That's point one. And I'm only saying this hypothetically because I'm not sure if it's true or not. The second thing is going to your point about training. Like, the thing is, it is not easy. It's not hard. Sorry, it is not difficult or hard to take present staff and future staff and train them up on a knowledge base of how to deal with anyone with psychological disabilities, physical disabilities, wheelchair bound, or anything else, or people with service dogs. It's not that hard. It's not difficult, and it wouldn't even take that long, and it wouldn't even cost the airline that much because they can rotate it. They can, like, take, okay, crews, you know, this weekend take 2 days off. Monday, please come to the airport, and then you're going to go through a class. Bang, you know. And then you just renew it every 3 to 6 months or every year or something like that. So people are always up to date on the, you know, because obviously there's certain laws about service dogs and certain laws about emotional support animals, wheelchair access, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and there's another one about this link right here is dogs set to be the only emotional support animals allowed on flights for free. But that was from 2020. So it's interesting that they link an article from 2020 in an article that was written this week.
Yeah, because I've also heard that I'm still trying to dig into this because I've heard I've been told and I've heard that the system about service animals and emotional service animals is changing, where if you do have a service animal, the service animal has to wear its classification or certificate of what's it called? I forgot what it's called now. It's like basically a certificate that the animal of various sort has completed or is a registered service dog.
Yeah,
because there's too many incidents where people with service dogs, because obviously there's a law where you can't question someone with a service dog, and it's because it's becoming so political now and so difficult. That's why if you got a service dog, you've got a vest. A service dog is supposed to wear a vest with "do not pet," service dog on duty, etc., etc. But I'm still looking into that.
So that's the last one I really wanted to talk about today. I kind of wanted to make today a shorter stream, considering I've done 2.5-hour streams the last few days. But before we go, I have a song that I've kind of been playing around with. It's not the final version. I am just kind of being inspired to work on some new AI music.
Venturing into music. Look at you venturing into music. It's about time you got yourself in there.
I've done it before, but I need new intros. I'm getting bored with this one. But I've kind of had an attitude. So I have this. No, people like I have like poppy songs on my in my intro and stuff like that, and I am not a poppy person. I am a Tupac kind of person. I am a DMX kind of person. I am a 9 Inch Nails kind of person. A Nirvana kind of girl. So to have poppy music is like I'm bored. So not poppy. I am like country, hip hop, and rock, and alternative. I am not a pop music kind of girl. Occasionally, but not, So I kind of have this. And I've kind of been playing around. This is just something that I threw together this morning.
Play it.
So yeah. Let's see if it won't be too absolutely loud. Hold on.
Yeah. All right. Let me mute myself so I don't echo.
Raised with manners, lace up clean, hands in my pockets, soft on the scene. I say please, I say thanks, keep my face calm, keep my ranks. Then you lean in, try your luck, talk real foul, act real stuck. I don't flip first, I don't beg, I just watch that line get read. I can hold my tongue till you push that one. Keep your grin, keep your pose. I know where the cold wind goes. Smile on my face, smile on my face. Go low, I go lower. Smile on my face, smile on my face, smile on my face. You light that spark, I bring the thunder. I got velvet over steel, pretty little manners, brutal deal. You throw shade, I throw days, watch your whole mood split in waves. I'm polite till I am not, then the room gets quiet hot. You wanted pain, pick the mask, now you're caught inside the glass. I can't hold my tongue till you push that one. Keep your grin, keep your pose. I know where the cold wind goes. Smile on my face, smile on my face. Go low, I go lower. Smile on my face, smile on my face, smile on my face. You light that spark, I bring the thunder. Don't confuse my grace for weak. I'm the calm right before the leak. If you drag me into dirt, I come back clean with a curse. Smile on my face, smile on my face. Go low, I go lower. Smile on my face, smile on my face, smile on my face. You light that spark, I bring the thunder. Raised with men.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I definitely like that, and I'm going to say it really quickly. A little bit dubstep, a little bit of bass in there, a little bit faster. I like it as it is because it's like you can understand it. It's like boom, you like doom, you're literally headbanging.
No.
But a little bit of
Rob,
bass.
I'm No, no. That's what I'm like. That's what I. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should make it. Yeah, go more aggressive. Get a
Yeah.
little bit more. But then
Yep.
again, at the same time, by doing that, does it project your personality, your essence? That's that's why I don't change mine, because one, friends have helped me do that, and I like them. But there's going to be changes. But yours, that there was really, really good. That was really good. I like it. I like it a lot.
I have a couple others that I did a long time ago that I just haven't done. I have to like look, and I don't have these uploaded into StreamYard, and I still have to start uploading stuff into Restream, because I don't, I don't I haven't done that yet, and I need to. But I was just messing around a little bit. I have certain, like, this is more my like, can you guys hear this?
No. Just play it out loud. I'll mute myself again.
All right, hold on. See if I can. That's more stuff that I like, except for that was too rough for people. People did not like when I had that played. So
Didn't even
did you
hear it.
that?
No.
I will upload it into. I will upload it into StreamYard,
Yeah.
whatever the heck I'm using right now.
Yeah.
But this is me, the epitome of what happens when I get like annoyed, or like when I'm running or when I'm lifting weights. This is the stuff I listen to. But this, and making an intro for this, was apparently too rough for people.
I mean, like, if like Secret Santa's sitting out watching and listening, you never know. Maybe. Oh, shit, yeah.
That was a little too rough for people. But that's more like.
That's perfect. That I like that. I like that a lot.
There's more. I just haven't. Huh?
I like it a lot.
You're hungry?
No, I
You're. What do you? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is what you listen to? Like, hold on, baby. Hold on. Mommy has to restart that. I want to be able to, like, copyright. So, this is kind of the stuff that I listen to when I'm, like, in a zone.
I mean, personally, I think you should sort of get the rhythm, like, just from the song, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
No. This is more my personality when I'm, like, in a mood. Like, leave me alone.
Yeet. No, not yet.
I will not be consumed by anger. I will not be consumed by rage. I will not leave away. I will not let the darkness in. I will not be consumed by
Mommy, I watch you.
She says she sees you, which means she's watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but when I played that on a members only, the reception to it was not the greatest. So like, French, I have that for like my other channel. Because I was trying to make stuff on my other channel that was like
yeah, but hang on a minute. Why I didn't listen, right? If people don't like what you like, that is not your problem. At the end of the day, right, it's everyone has their own distinctive taste. If you have that song and you like it, then I think people need to respect that, don't they? Really? Or are people trying to dictate what you should and shouldn't like? I mean, come on, people, you can't be like that. No need to be like that.
true. But I have this one that's like, where is it? Like,
I've got a good song as well if you want to hear it. Where is it?
This one's for French. Hold on, let me. I was trying to.
Where is it?
Could you hear that?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me download it. And then this is the first time I've logged into Suno in like a month or two, maybe longer. Hey, this one's more French's style.
Whoa. Yeah, go.
Hey, take a breath. We're not in a race. You don't need pain to earn your place. We're warming up, not breaking down. Strong for life, not limping around. Good form first, yeah, we mean that. No gold stars for throwing your back. If it looks boring,
I like
that's
it.
okay. Consistency wins anyway. Little steps, big returns. That's how real strength is earned. If your body talks, we listen. That's how you stay in the game, my friend. Move with me. Train smart, we're building bodies. Good long part, strong today. Still fine tomorrow. No walk it off, no borrow sorrow. Move with me. Stay able, longevity's always on the table. Evidence through motion, you'll see. But we move better, so we live free. TM, you don't need perfect, you just need honest. Show up steady, your body's got this. Alright, let's move the smart way.
I pissed it.
Yeah, that one was for that one was for evidence through motion.
Yeah,
So-
that one there, that 160,000 million %. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, these songs, I made that one like 4 months ago. I just never actually did anything with it because I don't know how to make videos. So I need Dragon's Gravy or somebody, JK, DJ Rada, somebody with some like AI video skills to help me out because I'm like, I don't have that skill. Like I know what I want ish, but I can't like, I can make the music ish. Speak of the devil. Hey, Dragon's Gravy. How are you? ETM, whatever. Oh my goodness. Glad you find my other channel, whatever.
Yeah, funny you talking about songs. I actually just went through mine, and I've actually got one on Jabba the Hoot that I made last year, and I totally forgot I had it. And I don't think it's appropriate if I play it on here but it is funny.
Captain
Unless
Kearney
you-
uses Canva. I'll try Canva. I have Canva Pro or whatever, so I'll try using that. So I just have a bunch of like, that's where I got Mama on Pause, my hold music from there. So your ears were ringing.
Yeah, but that song that I like that last one that's definitely that for your other channel. That's definitely for that because it's smoothing, it's relaxing.
Paco, how are you? How's the health situation? Is everything like, you know, you okay? You doing all right? Everything good?
Bad news? What bad news?
Yeah. Canva for your slideshows. I use Canva for some things, but like I didn't know about Canva for AI videos. But like, but just getting into one last thing, when we were talking about the supposed threat or they can't find what's wrong with me, they have to run a lot more tests. Oh, and that's the most frustrating part because like sometimes you just want to know. Like it's like it gets to a point where you're like, just tell me something, because telling me nothing is the worst thing you could tell me. So, you know. Okay, we're having a dance party in this house apparently. So, but this is what I want to get for my office. So things are a little quicker. The stop box. So it things get a little more secure but easier to access. So I would appreciate that, and I would even pay you too, because no one needs to do that for free. So
why don't you get the one with the thumb, the fingerprint?
I kind of like this one because you don't. Mr. Squid can get into it if he needs it too. Not just a one-person thing.
No. I mean, like, I think you can have code on it or fingerprint or both, or get two. One for Mr. Squid, one for you.
Father's Day sale.
And then two for me down in the basement.
Well, you know. Just one
Yeah,
of those,
I do like the technology that is made. Or I especially like if it's made in the country where it's being sold. Like, you know, a lot of American pew companies, they bring out these safe boxes and stuff like that, and they are really, really good. But luckily, I've got friends, and if I ever decide to go back into a shooting team, I'm definitely going to invest in American-made stuff. That's for sure.
All right. Well,
I'm not trying to kiss. I'm not going to trying to kiss anyone's ass. By the way, just so you know.
I know. Yeah. So does Grantham. I watch a lot of Grantham.
Because you can travel with that box, can't you?
I think so.
Has it got areas where you can put padlocks on it to lock it up?
I think
Ooh,
so.
Someone's tired. Do you need to go to bed?
Yeah, padlock compatible.
Yeah,
ESA
there you
compliant.
Go. Yeah.
That's the you know. However, I am going to head out. We are almost at the 2-hour mark. Do you have any final thoughts?
In regards of air flight and everything to do with flying, I would just say, you know, use your own due diligence, you know, and there's a lot of conspiracies out there, and yeah, don't judge people until you look in the mirror. There you go. And in regards of all the technical, all the accidents that are happening, you know, with the crash that happened today, it's like someone needs to get, like I say this every time, someone needs to get a grip of this before more and more people get hurt, not just in the air, but also on the ground. Yeah. Other than that, please, you know.
And I kind of liked this this stream because we covered things that went wrong, but we also covered positive things like, hey, there's been changes to how they hire air traffic controllers. They're
Yeah.
hiring more. So like I do like the fact that we're and when I did this, I tried to pick things. That's why I only did 4 because I wanted to spend adequate time on each one and actually have a conversation and not just read it and be gone with it. However, I also like the fact that they're doing positive things that are not being reported. The government's putting out a press release, but you don't see mainstream media talking about anything positive that anybody is ever doing. It's always negative, 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 negative. So we need some positive things that are actually going to impact us, hopefully in a positive way. So they're hiring more air traffic controllers and have a program designed to funnel people into air traffic control and hopefully stop the shortage of air traffic controllers, which will stop people from having to work double shifts and being tired and being agitated and trying to manage more aircraft than they probably should. So there are some positive things happening. Hey, Gabby, how are you? Good to see you. Like,
Can I just
that's
sorry.
Carmen today, Gabby, Bad Dazzer, like the Dragon's Gravy is here. Everybody's just here today. This is fun. So
just
that's
very quickly, I forgot to say something on my final thought in regards of that pilot who flew for 17 years without any credentials whatsoever. There's one thing I want to say. He flew for 17 years. How he trained to become a pilot is beyond me. Probably flight
he
simulator.
has a pilot's license. So he
Right,
has
okay.
a pilot's license. There is a specific and I will link the video from Captain Steve.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've already seen it.
There is a specific credential that is needed to become a captain, not a first officer, not just a pilot,
Right.
but a captain of an aircraft.
Right.
And that's what he didn't have.
Right. Can I? Right.
So
what I want,
I was
like,
just clarifying.
that totally taken off track. But what I wanted to say is this: this guy flew an aircraft, multiple different directions, multiple different planes for 17 years with whatever license he had, right? And then now obviously he got caught out. What they should give that guy is a freaking medal, because like if he flew for 17 years without any incident, right? That's the perfect example of a bloody good pilot. So he should be used as a role model of like what not to do and then what to do. Like if you get, accept the consequences and everything else, and how to fly a freaking plane correctly the first fucking time. Pardon my French. I am sorry for the F-bomb and sorry.
Oh, and I just looked up Stopbox on Amazon. It is $50 more expensive on Amazon than it is on their website. I'm not putting it on the list. Like, no. But thank you for the idea, Heidel. But like, no, it's $50 more expensive on Amazon than it is on their website.
Oh, look, Carmen Spawn of AJ.
Yeah,
that's probably Carmen. Well, no disrespect, but I have to crack this joke. Hello, my daughter, my gingerhead stepchild.
So AJ is alternate juror. That's AJ's daughter.
Wait, what?
Carmen is the spawn of alternate juror. The YouTuber.
Get the out of here. Really?
That's alternate juror's child. One of them.
Okay, I quit. Bye.
I mean, she's an adult. She's
no. I'm just thinking ultimate juror. Oh crap! Oh, I've been knocking on my door, going, "What do you fucking say about my daughter?"
Spawn, I think we look alike too.
Yes, my darling. I hope that you're safe and please take care of yourself.
Carmen is awesome. She's so much fun. Like, she's a badass too.
Yeah,
Like-
look, she's my gingerhead stepchild. There you go.
She's badass too. Like an absolute badass. Like,
Oh, Gabby's telling shit. Well, you can't find me because I'm in Squid's basement, so I'm in a witness protection program.
should you go down in the basement and say hi to Uncle Spawn?
Hi,
He's on the
sweetie.
basement.
Hello, my darling.
All
Hi,
right,
my
guys.
darling. Oh, my God. Hey, sweetness. My little sweetie.
I love this chat, and this is one of the reasons that I love having a channel. And this right here is what makes YouTube so much fun. Screw all the drama, screw
Yeah.
everything else. Try not to be a twat waffle, and I will see you guys tomorrow on ETM.
Oh, I swear to God, if
I'm
you
not
never, if you
sure
say
what
it like
we are
that one more
talking
time,
about quite yet. However, we might talk about some ADA stuff and kind of expand on the stuff we talked about today with flight attendants and airline personnel knowing how to handle passengers with disabilities. So, try not to be a twat waffle. Have a great day, everybody. And Spawn, would you like to yeet us out of here? And please don't correct my pronunciation because
yes,
I
it
am
is
Americanese and I am
right,
not a
it's-
Welshie.
right. Oh, in the fucking heart. It's twat waffle. Like cock
I'm an
womble.
American. I speak Americanese and it's twat waffle.
It's
And
no,
right
it's
now,
because
you are
no,
being
it's
a
because
giant twat waffle.
it's
There's
because
how
you
to
can't
use it
say
in a
twat,
sentence,
twat,
ladies and
twat,
gentlemen.
twat, 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 twat. Anyway, right. Right, it's right. Oh, God, you always do this to me. I need can someone represent me legally, please? Right, sweetheart.
Angel, would you like to yeet us out of here?
Are we gonna yeet? You gonna help me yeet? Yeah, right, okay, ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1. Yay!